Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Slayer back here again with another video. I'm a recovering alcoholic. I have over 4 months of sobriety, and I make these videos not only to help myself stay sober, but also to help you guys out there stay sober as well. Yeah, first off, man, I just want to say a quick shout out and thank you to just every person that has subscribed, every person that has commented, and I'm talking about the newcomers and the people that have been here for a while. The people that have been here for a while, you know who you are. I actually plan to write a list of some of your guys' names and make an entire video just shouting you guys out because, you know, I've said it before, man, I consider you guys friends. This is a community, and we come here to help each other. If there is something negative, I've said it in the past, I just delete it. I don't give it any of my attention. If you feed into negativity, it just creates more negativity. And this is not the place for that type of stuff, guys. This is a place for people who are trying to better their lives, who have been battling with something that, honestly, unless you're an alcoholic, you just don't understand, or a drug addict, you just don't understand how serious addiction really is. I've said it also before, man, we are all addicts in one degree or another. And our addiction, for whatever reason, it just ended up being alcohol instead of, you know, maybe working out or shopping or whatever it might be. We're all addicted to something, and the idea of all of this, I think, for us addicts especially, is to turn our addiction into something positive, to almost get addicted to bettering ourselves, get addicted to, you know, just being the best versions of ourselves that we can possibly be, get addicted to helping other people. You know, it's real easy in this life, guys, to just be all about me, 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 me. But when you step back and you actually do help somebody, it could be a complete stranger, or it could be somebody that you're close to. Helping others out. And it could be the small things, just holding the door open, saying thank you, being kind. You don't know what others are going through. You know, I've often thought about that, man, you know. No, we don't know what other people are going through, and just being kind sometimes can take them out of that negative cycle that they were in. You know, we really all are brothers and sisters. I heard LD bring this up in his latest video, you know, that, you know, we're all humans at the end of the day. Color of your skin, all of that type of stuff, your political views, your religious views, you know, all that type of stuff, you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because we are brothers and sisters. We're all human beings, and we need to help each other. It's not about dividing us. You know, if it was up to the government, I think that's, you know, I think that's their mission, divide and conquer. You know, the more that we argue about all this absolute, complete nonsense, BS, the less time that we focus on just realizing that we're all more alike than we are unalike. And I was sitting there thinking, man, you know, the topic of tonight's video is wasting time, wasting our lives with our drinking and our drug use, man. And that's exactly what it is. Looking back, it takes so much away from you, first of all, and does so much negative. But, you know, put all that aside, it also is just a ginormous, gigantic waste of time, life, health. I can't tell you guys how many holidays, birthdays, events that I just completely missed entirely. How many times that I've just completely blacked out and forgotten. You know, when I was heavy into my addiction, guys, I would go for weeks sometimes with just like a memory here, a memory there. You know, I'm figuring out mostly what was going on from like somebody that I knew, you know, going up to them, you know, what happened? Oh, this happened. It's like, you know, completely forgetting what day of the week it was. That's how bad it was, man. That's how bad I was. I wouldn't even know what day of the week it was because my only priority in life was drinking. And looking back on it, for what? For what? And I get it, man. This life is hard. And we are, at the end of the day, we're scared, I think. I think a lot of us are scared. It's the uncertainty of life. It's, you know, the stresses. And it's really easy just to wash, you know, your problems away with a bottle of liquor. But in the long run, when you really take a step back and you look at things from the outside, you could see that it's always the wrong decision. You know, drinking never fixes any problems. And something that I've noticed, and I really wanted to bring this up to you guys, and I want to see if you guys can relate to this or not. But in past times when I've relapsed, it took me relapsing and then hitting like rock bottom again to just appreciate the things that were around me. The small things, man, that we take for granted every single day. It's like, it showed me that it's like, man, my life isn't that bad. Like, it could get so much worse. What am I doing complaining? What am I doing drinking and going back to this bottle of poison that has just ruined so much of my life, ruined so much of my family's life, you know, done things that are just, no matter, I've said it before, guys, no matter what I do, it's like I can't take back some of the things that I've said that will haunt me, you know, probably for the rest of my life. That they're going to haunt me. And it's just, it's being appreciative for the small things. It's looking around and saying, you know what, instead of saying how bad everything is, let me, you know, say 10 things, you know, write down 10 things that I'm thankful for. And this is something that I'm going to ask you guys to do. You know, the next time that you're getting into a really bad, you know, spot or mood, or you're just feeling really negative, and, you know, we all get those we all get those days, man. We really do. We all get down. We all get low. And if you're having one of those days, get a piece of paper, get a pen, and just write 10 things that you're thankful for. You know, I'm so much more vigilant now. It's like I said, man, I'd go weeks on end just forgetting about what was even going on in my life. It's really sad. I let everything fall to the wayside. My number one priority, you know, when I was drinking was the drinking. Everything came second. Everything. And that, of course, ruined so many relationships. Of course, that, you know, I missed out on, like I said, so many family events, so many just, I mean, it's insane. You know, I remember times going, you know, driving to certain places and going to the, you know, stopping at the liquor store before I go to whatever, you know, a birthday or a holiday. And, you know, I have to pull over halfway to the liquor store and open my door and I'm throwing up. That's how sick I am. And there's people driving by. And I mean, it was just absolute chaos, you know, completely missing out on events that were really important to people. I would look at people in the eye and tell them, I promise that I'm going to be there. And half the time I wouldn't even show up. And if I did, the sad thing about it is, guys, is that I would always make it all about me, even though I wasn't meaning to do that. It would always become all about me, no matter if it was because I was heavily intoxicated and I'm making a fool out of myself and everybody's like, wow, look at Slayer, he's super drunk, you know. Now the spotlight's on him instead of the spotlight being on X, Y, or Z. Now the spotlight's on him. Or if it was, you know, kind of the other way around and I went and I was going through alcohol withdrawal, or, you know what I mean? And I just in a nasty, horrible mood because I didn't feel well, and I would ruin it that way, man. I would ruin, and how selfish. That's, you know, it's just so selfish. I didn't only waste my time, but I also wasted a lot of other people's time as well, you know, that cared about me. It's a giant waste of energy and time, man. At the end of the day, we're chasing something. We're chasing that dragon, and we're chasing for something higher than ourselves. There's something missing. There's something empty inside of us, and we're filling that with that booze, man. And instead of filling it with booze, you need to fill it with family, good friends, God, working out, activity, searching. I mean, just positive things, man. I get it, man. It's easier said than done. There's not a day that I go by, guys, that I don't struggle. I'm just going to be honest, man. You know, there's days that, you know, are better than others, and, you know, I'm doing all right and all that stuff. But then there's other days where I really, really, really struggle. And it's hard for me to even function in my day. It's hard for me to get on here and make a YouTube video. Even though I love you guys, it's hard for me to even sit down and find the courage inside of myself to do it. It's hard for me to get up and go to work. And sometimes I just want to give up, man. Sometimes I just want to roll over and say, you know what? I give up. I'm going to go buy that bottle of liquor. I'm just going to give up, you know. I understand that, and that's normal, man. It's about not giving into that temptation, because temptation and having feelings like that are completely 100% normal, man. It's a normal feeling for me as an alcoholic. If I go mow the lawn, or if I go, you know, do something, you know, I work hard, or, you know, I get off of a shift and I'm extremely, you know, tired, and, you know, it's normal for me to think that I want a six-pack, you know. It's normal for me to think that, oh, I deserve a six-pack, I worked hard. But it's that second thought, and I actually heard this from a Dirk Delirium video, it's that second thought that we're accountable for, that the thought of, am I going to go purchase that six-pack, or am I going to understand that, yeah, it might sound nice, but in the long run, it would make things worse. And really what is nice is being sober and remembering the good times, you know, being able to see your family and your friends and see them smile and remember it, you know, be conscious, be aware. I was just totally unaware of everything, man. That's why so much happened when I was drinking that just was completely, you know, again, I was completely unaware of. And I'm a very aware person, guys. I really am. I feel like we all kind of have a sixth sense to us, and I feel like for certain things, it's just like I pick up on things really quickly. But when I was drinking, no, man, not at all. I was lost in the sauce, as they would say. But yeah, man, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. And I'm asking you guys, you know, just really, you know, I get a lot of questions from people saying, you know, I need, you know, give advice, you know, how do I stay sober? How do I stay sober? And if you guys go back, I have, I think, 26 videos now. I have a lot of videos giving advice on, you know, what's worked for me, what might work for you, and all this other stuff. But at the end of the day, guys, and I'm not trying to be rude with this answer at all, so don't take it that way. And I'm not trying to, you know, this isn't a cop-out of the answer, but really the true answer is, at the end of the day, it's different for each and every single one of us. What might work for me might not work for you. What might work for, you know, Jimmy might not work for Paul. You know what I'm saying? It's different strokes for different folks, whatever you want to say. It really is a personal thing as far as that goes. You can have others along the journey with you to help you, and that is crucial. I've said that in order to get sober, man, you need a tribe. You need a tribe. You need a community of people. But in the end, it really is a decision that you need to make, that nobody is going to make except for you. And unless you really want it, it doesn't matter if you play the bass, or if you know, run 20 miles every day, or if you eat a perfect diet, or if you do every single activity under the sun, or if you go to 1,000 AA meetings, or whatever it is. None of it is going to matter unless you want to be sober. It's the truth, guys. It really is. And I hope that, I've said this many times, guys, in past videos, when you get tempted to drink, instead of, you know, letting the temptation of all those good feelings, you're thinking, man, you know, if I just drank that, all my problems would, you know, fade away. I'd get that warm feeling in my stomach that all of us alcoholics love. Instead of thinking about that, think about, I've said it, you know, think about the negatives that would come after you drank. Think about all the negatives that have already happened because of your drinking in the past. And I swear to you, man, if you have a conscience, a lot of the times you will you'll get out of that. You know, you can talk yourself out of it. And remember, it's like, I don't want anything to do with that. I don't want to be sick. I don't want to destroy things. I don't want to hurt my family. I don't want to hurt myself. I don't want to end up in the hospital or even dead. You know, I don't want that. I want to live because life is beautiful. I want to experience every single moment here. I don't want to waste another moment because life is a gift. And each and every single moment that we're wasting, what are we doing, man? God probably shakes his head at us and says, what, you know, I gave them this gift that is life, and they just squander it away. You know, drinking this poison. We're putting this alcohol above everything in our entire existence. We are human beings. We're more than just a bottle of alcohol. We're more than just a drug. We're more than, you know, just whatever your addiction is. You know, we're more than just our depression, anxiety, and problems and stresses. We're more than all that. And we're worth making the right decisions for ourselves. We really are. You need to take a step back and put all the shameful things that you've done. That's all in the past. All that stuff is in the past. We are living right now in this moment, in this present right now. You're going to see this video. And for me, I'm in the present and the future right now. I'm not right, but you know, this is my present right now. And at that time that I upload this video, that will be my present then. And we really need to try to focus on living in the now. And that's a problem that I have had for a long time, is living in the past and letting the past absolutely consume me, because that's a giant waste of time and life too. If you're not